Staying in contact. I'm London Mitchell. Each week, we take a few minutes to discuss our corner of the world, Northwest Ohio. We look at issues, grassroots efforts, culture, history, and events. This week, a look at the area's public art renaissance. One of the organizations pushing the 100 works of art is Keep Toledo-Lucas County Beautiful. I asked Executive Director Adam Cassi how celebrating public art fits in with his organization's ongoing fight against litter.
Uh, it's all the same work, really. We do a lot with litter reduction. We do a lot with tree plantings, both of which can be considered beautification projects. I mean, obviously, trees have a lot more of an environmental impact. They clean our air, they clean our water. I don't know. There's research that shows if you have trees in a neighborhood, it's cooler and people drive slower and kids have better test scores and there's less violent crime. The same thing can be said for litter. You know, if a neighborhood is full of litter, somebody drives through it and says, "What's one more piece of litter? Let's throw another, plastic bag out the window." So it tends to accumulate. So the more we reduce litter, the less litter accumulates. You know, people understand that area, somebody takes pride in that area, and it's socially unacceptable to litter there. But the same thing can be said for public art. It does some of the same stuff. There's a lot of research that says when you have public art in a neighborhood, there's more community pride and there's better housing market, and it brings people to neighborhoods and parts of the city that maybe they wouldn't visit. It increases tourism and business development, but also does some of that stuff as far as reduces litter and improves morale and gives people a sense of place. And so it is very similar work between the litter reduction, the tree plantings, and the public art.
So, where did the idea actually originate for the public art that we'll be seeing?
Yeah, so the main artist that we are working with is Dean Davis, who, if you drive around town, you're going to see some of his murals. And so that he's not the only artist that we use. So we just had a project done. Actually, three other artists are currently working on projects right now. And it's all part of a larger 100 works of art that we're shooting for. So over the next 4 or 5 years, we are hoping to get 100 works of art, not just murals, but 100 works of art throughout Lucas County. There was one that was just completed out in Waterville. So that counts. It's in Lucas County. It's part of our 100 works of art. And so it's a great partnership. Keep America Beautiful is a national organization. There's over 700 affiliates across the country, and some of them work very heavily in the public art sector. It's not something, as you mentioned, that we really focused on in the past because there's plenty of work to be done with reducing litter and planting trees and improving recycling. But as we were partnering with Dean Davis and his vision, which really started out as the River Gallery project. So he was really focused on getting about 20 works of art, 20 murals along the river. And so it's kind of grown since then, not just his 20, but let's just go for 100 across the entire county. So it's been a collaboration between Keep Toledo-Lucas County Beautiful and the River Gallery studio and Dean Davis over there and his vision.
You mentioned earlier that art kind of helps us identify our place, where we are, what our community is. Can you give us a sneak piece of information about what some of this art is going to be?
Right. I mean, if you go down to the Glass City Metro Park, which continues to grow and expand and bring people to downtown, and you look across the river, there's the giant mural of the heron. And, you can't miss it right there. And it really has become something that you're used to seeing when you go down there. It's become integrated with the park. And we really want people to see something and wow, that's amazing and that's great, and then see it again and see it again, and see it on their commute and their way to work, and when they visit downtown, and maybe it doesn't have that awe factor anymore, but it becomes part of our identity. Like, that is ours, that's who we are, that's part of Toledo, and it gives us that sense of place. Like I mentioned, the big one that we're working on right now is under the 280 bridge, the Veterans Memorial Bridge. We are working with Dean on putting each pillar is going to get a representation of a veteran, a female veteran and a male veteran on each side of the pillars that represents each of the conflicts that the United States has been in. So it will, when it's done, become the largest veterans mural in the United States, and that it's in Toledo. It's an amazing thing that we're working on, and we're continuing to fund that, fundraise for that. So it'll be a number of years, but right now there's 2 pillars done, and we're continuing to work on that project. But again, a veterans mural on the Veterans Memorial Bridge in Toledo really kind of continues to put us on the map as far as a place that is thriving with public art and the art scene. So I think it will make us more of a destination for, again, that tourism and business development, and has an economic benefit.
It sounds like it's all part of an upcoming Toledo marketing plan to show off that we are a community of art.
Yeah. And, the Arts Commission has been around for a long time, and they're doing amazing stuff. So, a great collaboration there. I mean, they're doing stuff on City of Toledo property and some of their initiatives. But this really, through us as a nonprofit and working with Dean, can also do those murals on private property walls, and are looking at getting into not just downtown Toledo, but how do we get into some of the neighborhoods? And we've got a good partnership with Birmingham neighborhood, and over in Vistula and Junction. And so we're looking at ways to get some smaller murals in some of those neighborhoods as well, again, to uplift and grow all of Toledo.
An event coming up July 23rd aboard the Sandpiper will be the Mural Tour. It will be a sunset cruise on the Maumee River that celebrates the rapidly growing 100 Works of Art initiative. The event sails on the 23rd from 6 until 8. Tickets can be purchased at ktlcb.org/murals.
July 23rd is going to be a bit of a fundraiser. We're using it to raise funds for these projects, but it's also a great way for people to come out, get on the Sandpiper, get on the river, which is a great experience by itself. But Dean will be on the boat talking about the murals, and he was a lead artist on the Glass City river wall, the big one, the sunflowers, down there by the casino. So it kind of starts there and works its way up and passes, like I mentioned, the Heron by the Glass City Metro Park, and a number of other big murals that are popping up along the river. So a great way to hear from him. He's an artist and he's passionate about it, and to hear his passion is really inspiring. So he'll be there kind of commentating and giving a tour along the way. And then they'll go back to his studio afterwards. Or actually, for this one, we're just doing like hors d'oeuvres and things on the boat. But there'll be some bus tours down the road as well that we're looking to do, where we'll go back to the studio. But, who doesn't enjoy the Sandpiper on a nice evening downtown Toledo? But to have Dean there with them, explaining the passion and the background behind the murals is great.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Adam. I'm the right now serving as the president of the Toledo History Museum. And one of the things as I get out, and I'm a native Toledoan, as I talk to people who were born and raised in Toledo, very often they almost sound embarrassed about saying, I'm from Toledo. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that should be the case, and obviously you don't either.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things happening in Toledo, right? I mean, we've got an amazing zoo, an amazing art museum, and the mud hens downtown, and the walleye downtown, and people who give us that stigma, and it almost happens more internally, I think, than it does externally. People see Toledo and see that we're growing, and once the Glass City Metro Park finishes the river walk, I mean, that's going to be one of the greatest river walks in the United States. And so right. I mean, why do we have this negative feeling about Toledo? It is a great place to live, and housing market's reasonable, and a lot of people are moving here. We just had a couple good announcements as far as businesses coming to Lucas County. So that's part of Keep Toledo-Lucas County Beautiful. We want people to be passionate about where they live and do their part too, to keep it clean and to help plant trees. And we're always looking for volunteers, but our next big project after the Sandpiper Tour is our general fundraiser for the trees and the litter and the recycling, which will happen in August over at Glass City Metro Park. I mean, we're going to use the Glass City Pavilion, so we'll be using the rooftop where we can see the murals, and we'll be talking about trees, and really using that as not just a fundraiser for some of our other work, but a friend raiser, getting people out to learn about the stuff that we do, but how that impacts Greater Toledo and Lucas County, and really should inspire people to be passionate about where they live. One thing that I do struggle with often is, if you look at a map, Toledo looks like a Great Lakes city, and we really should be a Great Lakes city. But there are people in Toledo who've never even been to Lake Erie. That's a resource that we should be more proud of, and the Maumee River and Lake Erie, and really connecting with that more. And the more we connect with it, hopefully the more we protect it. I mean, it's a great place to live.
And I'm glad you talk about the greater Toledo area, because when we want to market, I think, Toledo, we really are talking about the suburbs, the neighboring communities, probably all the way down to include Wood, Fulton, Hancock County, because this is where we live.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I joke sometimes, keep Toledo-Lucas County beautiful. It's a mouthful. But really, we want to make all of Northwest Ohio beautiful, whether that be trees, reducing litter, improving recycling, doing food waste composting, or doing public art.
Almost out of time, Adam Cassi, but I can't let you go without going back to the idea of litter and keeping our communities clean. How can people get involved this summer in making our communities more attractive?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, so we talk about the river and the lake. It's estimated that 2,500 tons of just plastic flows into Lake Erie every single year. And so we try to be proactive by picking up litter before it gets into the watershed. But even more proactive than that is don't litter. So that's always the first step, is don't litter. There's research that says that people who do litter don't understand how socially unacceptable it is. So if you're that person that's throwing something out your window from your car, everybody behind you is shaking their fists and angry. It is socially unacceptable to litter. And so, that's the first step. But visit our website, ktlcb.org. So initials for Keep Toledo-Lucas County Beautiful. There's a place to sign up to get our volunteer newsletter. We've got a number of volunteer opportunities coming up. We host a green drinks program every other month, where we get people together who are just like-minded and want to learn about the environment, and network and socialize with people who have the same mindset of uplifting and inspiring each other to be more proactive. But lots of volunteer opportunities. We've got a lot of trees that will get planted this fall once things cool off a little bit more. I talk to people who don't know about Keep Toledo-Lucas County Beautiful, and I explain a little bit about who we are and what we do. And 3 weeks later, I'll see them and they'll say, wow, you guys are everywhere. I didn't realize all the stuff that you do. And we are a small team, and we rely on volunteers to get all that done.
And again, the website address is
ktlcb.org.
And again, the website address for Keep Toledo-Lucas County Beautiful is ktlcb.org.
Yeah, absolutely. And that website is where you find the tickets to get on the Sandpiper for our art tour. And we hope to see a lot of people there.
Thanks, Adam Cassi, Executive Director of Keep Toledo-Lucas County Beautiful. I'm London Mitchell, inviting you to join us again next week as we continue staying in contact.